Hi, I'm Judson, and I'm going to be doing some day drinking and crafting today. And the reason is I feel like this is a wildly underrepresented activity on the internet. If you look on Pinterest or you Google it, you'll find lots of crafts that promote day drinking, which I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing. But you don't see any crafts that are designed to be done while day drinking. And that's really kind of my thing. So that's what we're going to be doing. Because it is a holiday season, I figured that we'd start off with some holiday themed shots. Today's shot is going to be pecan pie and butterscotch to kind of give you a, pecan pie with butterscotch sauce flavor. It's important to know your limits. I mean, ideally, you're going to drink a little, craft a little, drink a little, craft a little. I don't have time for that. I'm in a hurry. I got to get stuff done. So I'm just going to do my shots, and then I'm going to get to the crafting. So, like I said, we're going with the pecan and the butterscotch. These are not really shot glasses. They are technically punch glasses from my mother-in-law's wedding punch, china, crystal, whatever you call it, something like that. Don't tell her I'm using them. So, little poor planning on my part, and I ran out of the pecan alcohol. So, I supplemented with the apple pie and, apple pie, butterscotch, equally good combination. So here like I said, know your limits. It's important to know your limits. You don't want to wind up hot gluing yourself to your craft. No one wants that. So here's my limit, or what we're going to say is my limit, and I'm going to drink these shots and get to crafting. So happy holidays. That's 2 for those of you counting at home. That's 3. And I'm going to pause and take a breath here. These are really big shot glasses, just in case you were wondering. Four. If I let out a really rude burp, I apologize. All right, now let's get to crafting. So for our first day drinking and craft, I'm going to make paper trees. And so what you need is a hot glue gun. You need paper that you can make copies of, which we made a bunch of these, or you can find a paperback book and rip them out, and just use little half page like that. You need some kind of giant toilet paper roll or paper towel roll, or we have a gift wrap roll that we're going to do later. I'm not going to do this one because that would be just an incredibly long and boring video for you to watch. And you need hot glue, which I said, and the paper, and that's pretty much about it. I'm sure I've forgotten something, and when I come to it, then I will let you know, hey, this is what I forgot. So the first step is you take the papers, you take your hot glue, which hopefully you've got, warming up. You are going to hot glue the one side. Boy, this is exciting, like watching grass grow. And then you kind of roll it over like so, hopefully like so. And you want to do it quickly before the hot glue gets cold and is no longer hot and glue-like. Yeah, but maybe don't go that fast that you wreck it. Okay, so, you're going to wind up with something like this. And you want a bunch of these, like I'm serious, a bunch. So get your hot glue gun out and start rolling these and making a bunch of these. All right, so I was looking at them and I decided that instead of leaving it like this, I like it better looking like this. So now I'm taking the scissors and just trimming them down so that they look more like a cone. Alright, so after you have hot glued a ridiculous amount of these cones and cut them so that they're, more cone-like, you move on to the next step, which is to find one that has a good tip, like a good pointy tip, because it's going to go on top. The instructions off of the Pinterest thing that I totally stole this off of said to stick it inside, but that doesn't, it's not straight, it's pointed the wrong way, that doesn't work for me. So I'm going to put mine on the outside of the little thingy like this, and then I'm just going to hot glue, more hot gluing, to the outside of the cone. Have I mentioned that, I don't really enjoy hot gluing? Stupid hot glue gun. You know who's good at hot gluing? Katie Powell. Why isn't Katie Powell here?
She was busy.
Yeah, college.
With college.
College, art school, whatever.
I'm gonna tell her you said that.
I care. I love you, Katie Powell. Alright, and then you just stick the thing down over it, and yeah, like so. Alright, so now we're ready to start gluing the cones to the tree to make it look, like a tree. You want to start at the bottom, otherwise you wind up with problems. So what you're going to do is kind of line it up. The idea is that it's going to stand up straight and that you're not going to have to stand it on top of something. So you kind of want to line it up, put some glue, hot glue, more hot glue, yay, at the top. Get the mini glue gun, he said. It's cheaper, he said. Okay, I think that'll do it. It's like hot, nasty snot. And then you just kind of push it down and hold it in place. You're going to wind up covering up this part here, so it doesn't matter if that part's not pretty on your tree. And then you just kind of keep attaching them. All the way around the tree. Seriously. This is a lot more work than what I had envisioned. So that's two. Here's a third one. Ow! Alright, so now we're working on the second row or the second tier or whatever. And on these, you're not so lucky. You don't get to just smush the top into the dowel or the tube because you want the tops to kind of look nice. So I'm putting glue kind of along the back, like a big gob there, and then more near the top so that the top will stick to the tube on its own. Also, I kind of was reminded, or ouch, But yeah, paper's not very thick, so the hot glue goes right through the paper in terms of the heat. So I'm kind of using the scissors to stick it down, to hold it down. You know, in such a way that it doesn't look like a total hot mess. All right, so you're just going to keep going all the way around until you've filled in all the spots, which I'm working on. In case you can see out the windows, you might notice that it's not actually daytime. I mean, it was daytime when we started, technically, about 4 o'clock. But what I am running into is daylight savings time. So I had this grand plan that we were going to shoot outside, you know, with all the great light in the afternoon. Plus, you know, less risk of me messing up my in-laws' house and doing some kind of irreparable damage, which will get me in a whole lot of trouble. However, by the time we got set up and started, it was already dark. And we don't have outdoor lighting, so we are indoor early evening crafting this time around. But my plan is to do it during the day. And I think that's the last one. Well, maybe. There's like a spot underneath. Can you see the spot from this side? Maybe if we only shoot it from this side, you won't notice the big...
Let them see the spot once. Kind of quick. Just kind of like...
Can kind of see.
Oh, yeah. That'd be right.
It's like when a lady gets her skirt tucked in her pantyhose and the skirt's too short on the backside. I should probably do something about that.
Yeah. Probably.
Probably. All right, I'll fix that. All right, so this is what I'm done with. And you can, whoops, kind of see, you know, it looks like a tree. It's kind of off at an angle, and I'm not really happy about that. I'm going to say it's because of the glue gun and, you know, my unpaid intern. He might
Ouch.
suggest that it had something to do with the 5 shots, but nevertheless. So, I feel like I've got 2 options. I could put a big bow on it, you know, so that you wouldn't then see it. Or what I am going to do instead is I cut down another cone to be a little bit smaller, and I'm just going to hot glue it on top like this to kind of cover up all of those little tips. And then I might go back with a bow later, since I don't have any bows here. So, hot glue, because who doesn't love the opportunity to watch me potentially burn myself after doing shots? Like I said, know your limits. And just in case anyone is wondering, no, I am not planning on driving anywhere. Kathleen is on her way home. Hopefully Matthew will get this mess cleaned up before she gets here.
Why do I gotta do it?
Because I'm your dad, and you love me, and you love our quality time together. In any case,
I shouldn't agree to do this.
this is our last little step. This is your Christmas tree, and this has been some day drinking and crafting.
Day-ish drinking.
Day-ish drinking and crafting. Some alcohol and hot glue, because who doesn't love that?